Hey everyone, SCL3618 here. Okay, this morning I'm just going to do a very simple channel layout update. And I'm going to try to do this in one take, so y'all bear with me. So what's been up? That is my momentous question of the hour. Well, a lot of stuff, which we will cover in just a moment. Okay, so first I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a happy New Year. Nice and safe New Year, that is. In terms of what I've been up to, I've been trying to relax over break. I know I promised early on I'd try to get more videos done. I did get a few, but frankly, getting out of the house, visiting friends, and just traveling was a bit more appealing than being stuck in the house editing all day. But still, I'm glad y'all have enjoyed the content I have been able to supply, and we'll get some more stuff done this year. Now, in regards to the layout, I got a few things. Well, obviously, we're going to cover the N scale first, then I'm going to go downstairs and show y'all the HO. Alright, so what we got set up here is just my usual border relief setup, i.e. 3 tracks, a few switches, nothing major. In terms of the equipment running today, got a GS4, as you just saw, making loops with some Santa Fe coaches, Atomix EF66 electric, and the ever reliable Lifelike 060T with some intermodal cars. And yes, y'all will notice a theme of mixing Japanese and North American prototypes. But frankly, as for why I do it, which I'm sure a lot of you have wondered, it's more fun. That's the way I look at it. In scale, every North American prototype, like a 70 Ace or a Jevo, I can get that in HO. In scale, I jumped into to do something fun, do something different, and that's why you see so many foreign prototypes on my layout. And frankly, if we're going to be honest, majority of these engines, steam included, were picked up less than the cost of a Kato ST70 Ace, used, new, or whatever. And that's including looking at train shows, guys. So think about that for a minute. If you're looking to get into N-scale, I highly recommend taking a jump on some Japanese. You won't regret it. You'll have a fun piece to operate, and they're just cool. On that note, I'll show you my locomotive roster. Start off on the far right with Atlas. Got a C630 and Seaboard Coastline, 2 SD35s, L&N and Southern High Hood, a Jeep 40 RFMP, a Jeep 38 Original Norfolk Southern. In the middle, we kick off the Kato. Got a Kato 9600 Class 280. A D51 Mikado. This is arguably my second favorite Japanese locomotive behind the C62 Hudsons. Got a C58 262 Prairie. Aforementioned C62. Just a bit of a warning note, guys. If you blow the traction tires on these, you're in for a mess. I learned the hard way. It's barely able to pull 3 Kato coaches right now. So I'm going to see about either A, bringing some parts in from Japan, or B, just get some traction tire putty and make one myself. And on the bottom, we got a Kato Demo Jevo and the F7A. For the last column, we're just going to go through this very briefly. Micro Ace 9600 class. I call this in the Bumblebee for obvious reasons. C62 Hudson, EF80 electric, and a Type EF210 100 electric. This one's pretty cool in my opinion. I like the way the kanji stands out on the side with the pink and white lettering and the JRF freight logo. Overall, it's been a really good locomotive, minus missing a pantograph, which I have no clue where it went. That's the only problem with these pantographs. Once they're off, you're done for. So anyway, let's jump downstairs and I'll show y'all what the holdup has been with the HO layout. And this is why y'all did not see anything out of the HO layout over the Christmas holiday. So I'm just going to show y'all everything as is for right now. The biggest order of business was cleaning the layout off. I know it doesn't look much now, but the board has been completely cleaned, vacuumed, and everything else has just kind of been stacked. All the buildings and stuff are still over here, waiting to be cleaned off and dispersed back. The biggest order of business was taking out the 2 tables that were right here and the old layout board, so you can actually see that crossing sign that I've had for a while. And replacing with 2 metal shelves from Lowe's. So this is actually beneficial because not only is everything off the floor, also I have all my rolling stock right here in the drawers ready to go, which is nice compared to digging through what I had. The biggest issue is getting more of these 12x12 boxes to replace these older ones, which y'all have seen since I started the channel, so we can get some more space. But yeah, everything's slowly being filled in. It'll look much cleaner when we're done. I'll probably fill in this top layer with foam core board where I can sit loose projects, paint projects, or whatever else to dry. So that's the plan. In terms of the track plan, it's still going to be 2 loops connected. Nothing too crazy, guys, because frankly I won't be home that much to run them. So we're just going to make do with what we've got. Now I'm going to show you all a few projects I worked on in the meantime. Okay, so let's start with the tallest order of business, the Kato-9 project. This was actually customized by the previous owner of the collection. When I found it, it was blue and silver and missing a decoder. So I dug through the bags and found a Digitrax 142 and slapped in there. Needless to say, the locomotive runs fantastic and has become an excellent customization platform. Now I'll show you what I've done with the shell. Yeah, there's a bit of a crack on the nose, but I did apply the Santa Fe War Bonnet decals. It's number 614. The strapping was admittingly a bit high. I screwed that up and didn't realize it until about a week ago. But frankly, at this point, I'm not too worried about it. All I've got to do is print off some blue Santa Fe decals and we will be good to go. This locomotive will probably not get sound. I'm good enough with DCC installed. So look forward to that in the coming months. Okay, so here's the second unit I customized. This is a fictional EMD test car in the form of a B unit. In reality, the ET800 was a passenger coach, which I did match the locomotive to its livery. Now where this came from, out of that collection there was a ton, and I mean a ton of Stewart chassis, shells, and whatever else, which frankly, hard to find a buyer for. I tried at the show and never really got any bites, so I figured what the heck, I'd make something myself. Which the next 2 units will be based off those ideals. So basically all I did was just do a single shot coat of Krylon white. Got everything dried out, then followed up with the Tester's blue, and you have ET800. The only modifications I had to make were taking a clear styrene, spray painting it white, and covering up these vents. So as you can see, the decal's a little bubbly, but it does the job, and that's all that matters. Now to match the B unit, I developed an A unit, which is still being painted, so it's not perfect, especially right there, and the OCD killing spot right there. But this is going to be EMD, just a fictional EMD locomotive. I've already got the decals ready to roll, so it'll look just like the B unit, with the exception of a modern GM logo on the nose. And here's the piece de resistance of the customization set. This is a Campbell University locomotive. Naturally attending Campbell, I figured I'd do something for fun, but it wasn't until I found this extra body line around that I made something out of it. Now all this is a Stewart F7A chassis. All I got to do is finish up the number boards, fill in the headlight, and give it a final shot of gloss coat on the shell to seal everything in and make it look pretty. Okay, the next piece was a bit of an eBay find, but an oddball nonetheless. This is the Athearn Blue Box Railroad Tycoon 2 50-foot gondola. These were actually made in promotional sets for the game, and I'm told they're pretty darn rare, so I am more than happy to have found one and add it to my collection. The next piece is a bit of a oddball. I found the shell digging through one of these remainder boxes and made it into a Lionel Lions Bay window caboose. Now let's head back upstairs. I'll show you all one more project I've been working on and do the usual closing remarks. Okay guys, now for a little side project I've been working on, model warships. And I figured I've messed with cars, planes, might as well go for ships. So here we go. I'll just show you all a quick roster of what I've got. IJN Auxiliary Tanker Toho Maru, IJN Destroyer Fubuki, IJN Battleship Congo, and I've also got Kirishima, her sister ship, and 2 of the USS North Carolina. Now I had to show a little state bias in terms of my first kit. I assembled the North Carolina was my first kit I assembled, which was pretty awesome. More so because after pouring hours into the kit, I was able to go visit the real ship 2 days later, and let me tell you, there's nothing like being able to walk on areas you assembled with your fingertips. It's a pretty awesome feeling. The ship itself is beautiful. I look forward to visiting it every time I'm in Wilmington now because she's pretty darn photogenic. Yeah, and like I say, and then I jumped at the chance to get the camo version because I suck at painting. Small scale, so that's it for now until I can buy another one of these. Now as for the rest of these were kind of spurred on by some anime choices, namely Arpeggio Blue Steel and Can Cole. If you've seen Can Cole, you'll of course know Congo and Fubuki. So those are just a little fun fact about the Fubuki kit. That thing's from 1970s and is as wide as my thumb. So this was a bit of a pain to put together, but it does look nice. The Congo series of ships has been fairly simple. Kirishima just needs to get the base attached and it'll be done. I still had to pick up Hiei and Haruna. So that's about it on that front. I look forward to getting a couple more done in the next few months, but last time will tell. Alrighty guys, we reached the end of this update. Thank you all for watching and sticking with me. Y'all know these monologues get a bit long, and I thank you all the more for sitting through them and putting up with my madness. Anyway, plans for the future. Number one, get back to school. That's top priority, so whatever trains I can shoot on break, I may go after those. Maybe some trains projects. We'll see. It all depends how much time I have this semester. But this round, I've definitely allocated more time to my studies. Y'all can understand why. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking with me this journey. You guys are great and the reason I keep on doing this. So thanks again, and until next time, guys, SCL 3618 signing off.